think I knew that I was in love with Kelli that on our very first date. We had a 4-hour first date.
I sponsored Kelli for Women of Distinction. We told Kelli we needed her to come to a meeting, that we were having a meeting on future planning, and she came, and then all of a sudden the cameras come in from Channel 13, and she's like, what is going on here? That was one of the most fun things I think we've ever pulled off with Kelli.
When she was first named Best Dressed by the Houston Chronicle, I did a little interview with her, and she admitted that sometimes going to these charity events, she would change in the car from her scrubs to her cocktail clothes, and she had to be very careful at stoplights because you don't want a guy in a truck looking down when you're changing your top. But that's how dedicated she was to all the causes that she's interested in.
Kelli's a very tough individual, as witnessed by her involvement with the American Leadership Forum and a solo camping experience overnight by herself. I was at a function and I mentioned that she was in an overnight in the wilderness, and one of our friends said to us, well, seriously, is that where she is? That's like putting an orchid in a microwave.
Legacy opens its doors in 1981. Doors and heart to all people, regardless of economic ability. Quality healthcare with a focus on making a difference and making a statement for all Houstonians. That epitomizes Kelli. Her guiding principle is Tikkun Olam. In essence, repairing the world one tiny corner at a time. Brava, Kelli Cohen Fein.
We got an idea from a mutual friend to repurpose flowers from luncheons and from galas. And we thought this would be great because this is something that we could do along with our daughters that wasn't so grand that 7th grade girls couldn't be really instrumental in doing the work. And Flower Power was born with the idea that we would not only be salvaging flowers that might otherwise just be thrown away, but also that we'd be bringing joy to people who need a little uplifting and who might otherwise not get it.
Her and Martin were sponsors one year for one of our galas, and it was the best gala that I remember in history. Kelli's a very dynamic lady who takes fundraising to a much higher level.
I remember first noticing Kelli or being aware of Kelli at symphony concerts because she was so stylish and beautiful. And I didn't really know who she was, but I would just notice her and kind of say, who is that?
Another great Kelli story is when she chaired the Ballet Ball. She had seen a dress on the runway that Carolina Herrera had designed. Carolina Herrera was coming to the ball as a guest of honor, and it followed the theme of a spring gala thing. So she moved heaven and earth to get that dress to wear it for a gala.
Kelli was the fashion icon for the Passion for Fashion luncheon that benefits the Houston Community College. And she's the honoree, and each little place has an adorable place card that's cut out and it looks like a dress, and your name is written in her beautiful handwriting. And then she writes you a thank you note for being her guest.
Kelli, before she went to med school, had just gotten her master's degree in French literature, and had just written her thesis on Balzac. So I can tell you there's not quite a lot of people going into med school with that kind of background.
On one of our trips to Paris, we had dinner way down the Seine and decided to walk back. And for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, we're walking along the Seine, and Kelli, who speaks perfect French, was singing to me in Edith Piaf, La Vie en Rose, the entire way. It remains one of the most romantic memories that, in my life.
I'm very excited for Kelli and for her family that she's being honored in this way because she certainly deserves it. She is an outstanding woman in our community.
Can't stop the feeling.